You need to buy this box of envelopes and the fillers in order to stuff the envelopes and then pay to mail them back to the company, and they'll send you your payment after they get the envelopes back. Yeah, I don't know, man. Sean, all the things that I see on TikTok for that are like in like the 12 million views for like get rich quick schemes, I'm like, these are clearly clickbait get rich quick schemes. Like, because if they were real, then, you know, people would do them, right? And that's, I think, kind of one of the biggest things with that kind of thing is you need to look into it to being like, who are the people that are actually doing this? No one. Oh, okay, well then obviously it's a scam, right? Now, if you have some sort of insider reasoning, like I've been offered, like, translation jobs, but I'm like, I'm not a translator. It's like, I don't know how that came up, but okay, yeah, sure, you know? I mean, it'd be a cool job, but like, I only speak fucking English. Well, then I could translate as my own, like, my own vernacular into like something that's more, digestible. Let's say that. Alright, I need a toke before we begin, y'all. Yeah, so, question is this a major step towards global legalization of drugs? And past this, what are another couple of steps we would need in order to fully legalize, or at least decriminalize, the use of drugs? The sale of drugs would be illegal, but not the use of drugs. Envelope stuffing would be an okay job, cheaper to have people do it at home, but nobody is going to risk trying it when they have to pay just to start the job, when there's no proof it is legit. Exactly, Sean. Right? Like, there is a burden of proof on a company, right? It's like, how do you say it? It's like if the company fucks you over, it's out on the company's reputation. If you fuck the company over, well, you just could get put on the blacklist, right? So it's like it's better for the individual than it is for the company at the end of the day. But it is still kind of fucked up because there's no like if there was a site you could go to, I'm sure there is, but I'm sure it's not very accurate. But if there was a site that you could go to that was extremely accurate, that told you exactly which ones were legitimate, and if you didn't find it on there, well, it's not legitimate. You know? And it's literally like government endorsed, backed up, and like, so it's like, if you interact with them and whatever they're promising doesn't happen, you literally have like a one-click button government like backup. Right? Instead of being like, well, fuck, I got scammed. It's like, no, I pressed the button, and then the government says, okay, take you off the list, shut you down, you're no good, here's your money back. Thank you, good sir, take care. Now, if that happened, you know, people would be a lot more trusting to it, but then the things would disappear, and I'd be like, whatever happened to those get-quick-rich schemes? And it's like, man, these kids were not in the 90s at 3 a.m. freaking watching, infomercials because there's nothing else on fucking TV. Send me the stuff via certified mail. No money sent to the company, and withhold the costs from the first paycheck, requiring the packages to be returned by certified mail too. That way your side could pretend they sent it. Exactly, that's perfect government oversight. And I'm like, how is this not part of the system? Like, how is this not a legal requirement for companies to go through some sort of vetting certified mail system for things that are, oh hey, send us something and we'll send you something. Right? It's like there's so many ways to solve the problem, but nobody's fucking doing anything. That they have goddamn decision paralysis on how to fix the problem, because there's a million different ways to fix the problem. Half the time I'm like, it's my tin foil hat shit is it's all on purpose because nobody could be that fucking dumb. And I know people are fucking dumb, but systems are made for a purpose. And 90% of the reason, I think, is like the idea of job security. No one wants to design the perfect system because then they won't be needed. So you just keep making it so you need to have continuous updates so you have job security. Which is kind of like where the tech industry is falling apart now because of fucking AI. I am legitimately considering getting the VEO version 3 of Google and trying to literally make a movie with AI. 'Cause I see shit like this, like the potential that has to go fucking hard. And that's not even using the new shit. That's like using like old shit. That shit's probably a couple months old, like based upon when the project for the thing started, right? Because usually those things take about a month and a half to usually render for like everything that you're doing, right? But it's still like insane. That's the worst it's ever gonna be. So I'm like, maybe we should get in on this early, because fuck finding this B-roll shit. I mean, I'm already using AI-generated images, so it's like, is it worth it? And then I'm like, can I... So I gotta talk to, like, my parents or something about this, and be like, can I register, like, as a company, and have it, because even though I'm only making pennies, I'm still making money. Can I claim that as a business expense for the stream because it's part of like an entertainment factor? You don't seem to have your all chat up, or maybe it's off screen. No, nobody was saying anything, Sean, because there's nobody in here because we're dying. But yeah, if I heard the alert and didn't see a message. That's because, Sean, it's an alert coming from nowhere. I don't know what it is. At this point, I'm like, okay, I have to reset my password, and I have to get into this. It has to be in this multi-chat, but it will not let me motherfucking log in. So I'm like, I don't know what the fuck to do. Because I'm pretty fucking sure that's where the setting is that I need to fix. But I can't log into it because my password don't fucking work. So I'm like, well, the only way to do it is reset my password. But then I gotta reset everything else because it's just automatic. Certain V-Boy. I don't know, Sean. I just know that one day I logged in, I turned on the stream, and when Stream Elements came on and said I'm live, it went bing. And I was like, wait, what the fuck? And ever since then, we've had notifications in chat, which is, like, nice, but we want the, you know, the, hey, listen. That, I think that would go hard. And only have it for chat messages, because I don't know where the other ping comes from. If it's like something posted in Discord, because it's obviously not part of chat. Nothing's being shown on the alerts, so it's just like a phantom sound effect out of fucking nowhere. Or like some guy on YouTube is trying to do emotes and they're not working, and then he just leaves the stream without saying anything, and then I don't know. Because I'm like, at this point, it's gotta be something like that. I have no idea. Boy, I'm having another toe. Just cuz. But yeah, so imagine, like, a good, like, not a trailer, but an actual, like, good 6 to 8 minute, like, short movie of one of my stories. Like, could you imagine how hard Abyssal Siege would go as a movie? That's the first thing I saw. How's that for a password? I mean, it's not something I'm ever gonna remember, and it's not something I'll ever be able to type without fucking it up 3 times and locking the account and having it to be reset. I mean, it's clever as fuck, Sean, that's for sure, but I usually just, like, head roll my head across the keyboard and then just copy and paste it into a file on my phone. And then I take that file and I put it on my other phone, which is the internet for my other TV, or for my other computer. So it's connected to the other computer, so it can't be spoiled on the stream, and that's the only place it exists. Just popping in for a quick hello. Bookbuyer, welcome, welcome. How's it going? Always good to see you around. Even if it's for a little bit, man. Popping in just to say hello. I am glad that you feel that I'm important enough to come say hello to. That is good. You want to hear a story? Someone tried to steal $1,500 worth of shit today at like 9:40. And they were like walking out the store and we're like, hey, can we see your receipt? And they're like, oh, hold on, my boyfriend's got it. Okay, well, we need to keep that here. You can go get the receipt. So they leave, and then they come back into the store 5 minutes later, go, I guess, to the back of the store, grab a bunch of makeup shit, open it all, and then walk out. And we're like, well, we know she stole something. Now we gotta go around the store and see what the fuck she stole. And it was like a bunch of fucking, like, you know, like a mascara, foundation, just like random shit like that. Probably like $250 worth of it. And there's nothing we can do. We're like, oh, well, she's back. Look at that. She's just gonna go out with a smaller haul this time. It's literally like they start with a big haul, they can't get it out, they get a smaller haul. They can't get it out, they get a smaller haul. They can't get it out, they just steal 3 things. It's like, for fuck's sakes, at some point in time, allow us to do something. I mean, I don't care, I'm a minimum wage fucking employee. I just, you know, it's just absolutely ridiculous in a freaking civilized society that that's completely acceptable. Like, multiple times in the same day, multiple of the same people, always the fucking same people. I'm like, man, if something happened, maybe they'd stop fucking stealing. But no, we're not allowed to do anything. But hey, it is what it is, right? Can't really, you know... Like, oh, you can't afford to pay me another 45 cents, but you can afford to lose $6,000 a day at a store? On average? Okay. Yeah, okay, makes sense. Can we react to the sound? Can't win for losing, right? True, Sean. Dreamy Bloody! What do you mean we can react to the sound? I am not 100% on that. Do you mean the music that's going on right now? Or the fact that it says profanity because we are taking, like, the profanity. 9 steps to make your right... Oh, no, that's not the right one. I forgot. I clicked on the wrong one. If you handle profanity techniques that propel your writing to greatness. Just like Quentin Tarantino. You gotta say, motherfucker, and fuck that shit, And are you fucking kidding me? Shit like that. You don't get a strike from Twitch. Okay, Dreamy Bloody. I just need to know what the song is and who owns the rights to the song. Super in-heat girl in the house. So annoying, but I love her. I told you before. He on YouTube as well. Yes. Yeah, but look. Watch what happens when I do this. Yes, the album Close to the Edge by the band Yes, released in 1972, is protected by copyright. The copyright covers the musical compositions, lyrics, sound recording to the album. According to songs are published, album is copyrighted, copyright musical compositions. Can I play this live on YouTube? Playing the album live, such as performing a cover or streaming the original band, involves copyright considerations. I can't play it, dude. No, dude, I'm not risking it. If Grok says no, I'm sorry, Dreamy Bloody. If you have music that you've made, that you own, that you want me to react to, that's completely fine. But I can't listen to music on YouTube. That's just how it goes. Super unfortunate, I know. When people react to a song, they listen to it in their headphones and do their react with the audience hearing the song. Only the reaction. But then I'd have to turn the sound off for the stream. But I see what you mean, Sean. I don't know how to make like a secondary audio channel. And like, why do you want me to react to this song? It's not your song, Dreamy Bloody. So it's like, I don't understand the point of me reacting to it. Because the only point of reacting to it is to spread it. I'm sure it's a nice song. A lot of the old songs are nice songs, but you know, it's go listen to Rush. It's like just one of those things. Okay, so let's get into it, guys. Is the recent announcement that Saudi Arabia is legalizing alcohol, at least in a small subset of the area in the country, is this a first major step to global legalization of drugs? The recent announcement regarding Saudi Arabia allowing limited alcohol sales in specific areas starting in 2026 is a notable shift in policy for a country with a long-standing prohibition rooted in Islamic law. However, it's not a signal of a broader move toward global drug legalization. Let's break it down. Saudi Arabia's alcohol policy change. Saudi Arabia's decision to permit alcohol sales in select venues such as luxury hotels, resorts, and international event spaces like those in the diplomatic quarter of Riyadh or planned for subjects in Neom is highly controlled and limited. Key points include scope. Alcohol sales. Beer, wine, and cider with spirits above 20% alcohol content is still banned. Are restricted to non-Muslim diplomats, expatriates, and tourists in approximately 600 licensed venues. What's poppin'? What's poppin', Levi? We're checking out the scope and steps of legalization of all drugs globally? And is this move by Saudi Arabia at least a small step in that direction? If a country that is ruled entirely by religious dogma is willing to put that aside for the thank God not my zits. All right, Sean. You know. Need some Dr. Pimple Popper up in here, I guess. Yeah, is this like, and what are the steps that we would need to see in order to legalize all? And then the final question is the full legalization of all drugs a major step in defeating, let's say, drug lords and the mafia, right? So it kind of moves in a very specific direction. My wife loves her. Yeah, my sister loves her. I don't know what it is with women, man. They fucking love that disgusting shit. It fucking grosses me out, bro. I can't watch it. I'd say it hinges more on secular arguments for legalization, since the stronger anti-drug polemics are secular. Yeah, it would be interesting to see what would be the most realistic first step in that. Whether it would be something like that, whether it would be a means to an end of eliminating like drug crime, or if it in and of itself is the virtue that the people want, essentially. They can't handle a decent stink. I mean, I guess that's true, Sean. We all have our shortcomings, right? You know? We can't deal with, like, sight, but we can deal with smells. They can't deal with smells, but we can deal with sight. Sounds fair to me. Access requires registration, quotas, and strict oversight with no sales allowed in public spaces, retail stores, or private homes. Purpose. The move aligns with Vision 2030, Prince Mohammed bin Salman's plan to diversify the economy through tourism and international business. It aims to make Saudi Arabia more attractive to global visitors and compete with regional neighbors like the UAE and Bahrain, where alcohol is regulated but limited in specific settings. Cultural sensitivity. The policy is framed to respect Islamic norms, with officials emphasizing that alcohol remains banned for Saudi citizens, and in most public contexts, this is a pragmatic step to curb black market trade and cater to international expectations, not a cultural shift towards widespread acceptance. This is a reversal of a 72-year ban instituted in 1952 after the Saudi prince, in a drunken incident, killed a British diplomat. Wait, really? That's what happened? Dough in heat, urine is a product hunters wear to mask their own scent. Watch a man sniff it, and they're like, oh yeah, that's a good stink. Meanwhile, the women scream and claim their nose is burning. True, Sean. Base Saudi prince, I guess. Which one, Levi? Current policy began with a liquor store for non-Muslim diplomats. The current policy began with a liquor store for non-Muslim diplomats in 2024. And oh, so they actually already had something? Oh, I didn't know they already had something like that for like people that could go there. I thought it was just you go there, you're fucked. Don't be a diplomat that drinks. I don't think diplomats should drink though. Cautiously to support major events in the 2030 Expo and 2034 FIFA World Cup, however, public consumption or possession outside these controlled settings still carries severe penalties, including fines, imprisonment, or deportation. Is this a step toward global drug legalization? The short answer is no. Here's why. Okay, I don't really care. What's the global drug, especially for substances beyond alcohol, is driven by difficult cultural, political, and scientific dynamics in other regions. Saudi Arabia's cautious step doesn't indicate a shift towards embracing those dynamics, but rather a localized adjustment to global economic pressures. You think there would ever be those kinds of pressures to press harder drugs legalization or even gambling. Global economic pressures mentioned. Well, I'm like, if this is like the steps I'm thinking in my head, right? Legalize drugs, take down drug cartels, make that money, and add it to the economy. Now the economy is boosted by hard drugs. Now, if one economy is boosted by it, all other economies eventually will follow. Chris AM, welcome. How is it going, bro? We are discussing the steps for total global legalization of drugs. And thinking, like, what would be the most potent thing? And is it either an economic pressure that starts and overhauls into knocking down drug lord mafias and like shit like that, and then that eventually just spikes the economy for the nations that now have legalized drugs? Or is it like reverse, where are they going to start with fighting crime, and is that going to turn into such an economic boon that they realize that, oh shit, drugs are good, let's legalize? Drug usage is a lot like gambling. It's only really good for your economy if you're the best place to do it. That's actually a really good point, Levi. Callie, go right! Hell yeah, let's do it! Welcome. How are you? Question whether pressures similar to those driving Saudi Arabia's limited alcohol legalization could lead to the legalization of harder drugs or gambling is complex and depends on cultural, economic, and political factors specific to the country and the global context. Let's analyze the likelihood of these pressures influencing Saudi Arabia or similar conservative societies. Current context, strict prohibition. Saudi Arabia enforces some of the world's harshest drug laws under Islamic legal principles, which explicitly prohibit intoxicants, khamar, possession, use, or trafficking of drugs like cannabis, cocaine, or opiates can result in imprisonment, public lashings, damn really, or even execution for trafficking. Me tired. Well, me too, Callie. But hey, if you want to fall asleep to the stream, feel free. I'll cure your insomnia with my boredom. Specific economic purposes, not a shift in the broader stance on intoxicants. Cultural and religious resistance. Okay, we don't really care about that. We want economic incentives. The alcohol policy is tied to Vision 2030's global and diversifying the economy through tourism and international events. Harder drugs lack a comparable economic case. Yeah, okay, that doesn't really help us. Let's say, where do we get to the point of